It started on the banks of the Ohio as a 4-day stay in Cincinnati. And for the Fish, it started out great, but the last 2 nights, the Reds have risen up. And last night, a bitter defeat for the Fish. Cincinnati, a comeback win. Mr. Redlegs and the Marlins ready to rumble here in Cincinnati. Marlin fans, Red fans, the finish of a 4-game set. Hi, everybody. Rich Waltz along with Eduardo Perez. For the Marlins, 2 tough ones to take. If you're looking for a silver lining, in the absence of Giancarlo Stanton, there's one guy that is starting to do some damage, both with home runs and doubles, and that's Marcell Ozuna.
Yes, ever since he got to the 2nd to the 4th, the cleanup spot, he's really embraced it and he's taken off. And one of the biggest things that he's doing, he's trying to keep everything up the middle. All the home runs are going from left center field, having really good contact to right center field also. When you see him be balanced, when you see him not swinging a lot of pitches out of the strike zone, you know Marcell is locked in, and boy, oh boy, is Barry Bonds happy with that.
If you make a list, and that list is, how can the Marlins get to the postseason? There's a lot of things that the ball club has to do. One of those, I believe, is that Jose Fernandez has to be Jose Fernandez every 5 days.
You're right. Every 5 days, he has to be out there consistently. But more importantly, he is going to have to pay attention to what Juan Nieves was saying earlier in the season, which is keep the ball down, try to get early contact, and let your defense play for you. That way he can go deeper into games and be more economical. If he's able to do that with the nasty stuff that he has, this could be a very good outing and a continued success for him every 5th day.
I'll tell you what, Dan Straily was released by 2 teams in the spring. The Reds signed him, and look what he's done so far. In his last 6 starts, he's been outstanding.
Yeah, he's kept his team in the game in every one of the starts. As a matter of fact, you see in the bottom, they've won all of those 6 starts. And there's a mental aspect to this when you're a major league player. You know Dan Straley's up there. You know that winning streak is going on. So psychologically, Cincinnati right now, after winning the last 2 games, are feeling pretty good with Straily on the mound.
What's going through the mind of Jose Fernandez? Well, you know what? When we get back, that's where we're headed. Jose Fernandez on his start tonight against the Reds. Miami looking for a 4-game split in Cincinnati. Is the presenting sponsor of Miami Marlins baseball. Rosie Red making the rounds as the Marlins and the Red. Uh-oh, look who she's found. Jessica Blaylock. Hi, ladies. How are we tonight?
Hey, Rich. Trouble right here. Can you imagine this? Jessica Blaylock and Rosie Red have now become friends. I love this relationship that we've established. Rosie is good in my book. Hey, it's Jose Day here in Cincinnati. Jose Fernandez getting the start tonight for the Marlins. In his last outing against the Giants, he was able to make it through 6 innings, only allowed 1 run, and also struck out 6. Here is Jose on what he has been working on lately with pitching coach Juan Nieves and his mindset heading into tonight's game.
Pretty much keep being consistent and not try to get down or not try to get up, just try to stay in the same line, and that's our main goal. So it's been the whole season. That was hopefully what it's going to be the rest of the year. And not much, just trying to make things simple and not to go crazy about little things.
I mean, you're an emotional guy. You're such a competitor. Is it hard to leave a tough start behind, or do you go into every start with a fresh mindset?
It's good or bad starts to me. They're already past. My last start, I think it was okay, but it's already gone, long gone. And that's how I try to go through my season and to every start. Whatever happened last start was good or bad, nothing I can do about it. So, I'm focusing on my next start and what I can do better.
So what do you focus on heading into this next start?
No, just get them out, quick out. Try to give my team a chance to win. That's my plan, my biggest plan. Every game, and I've been doing my homework. I know we have a good game plan, and hopefully we're gonna attack them, and we're gonna have fun.
Thanks to those 6 strikeouts in his last outing, Jose now has 198 strikeouts on the season. Coming up next, it is the series finale between the Reds and the Marlins here in Cincinnati. Jose Fernandez, such a fierce competitor. That is what Don Mattingly loves about him. He says you feel like you always have a chance when Jose is on the mound.
Marlins and Reds ready to go. Great American Ballpark. Dan Straily's first pitch to D. Gordon is down low, and away we go. Marlins and Reds. This is Straily. Look at this, a 3.75 ERA for a guy that two teams gave up on in spring training. The Reds, though, gave him a shot. They needed help in their rotation, and he has paid off quite nicely. D. Gordon, Martin Prado, Christian Yelich, and Gordon hits one in the air to center field. Billy Hamilton out there, and he makes the catch. An out here in the first. Miami's lineup tonight is brought to you by UHealth Sports Medicine.
Martin Prado's on deck. He'll be taking the plate right now with Christian Yelich following him. Look at those numbers versus the Reds in 6 games. 8 of 24 with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Marcell Ozuna will be behind him. Ichiro, Johnson, Mathis, Echevarria, and Jose Fernandez finishing it up on the mound, hitting 9th.
Martin Prado, and Straily catches the plate and hits the knees, and strike one to Prado, who's on not only a nice run, but having an outstanding season. 6 straight he's hit in, a double and a triple in 6 hits in 3 games here in Cincinnati. And of course, for the Marlins last night, just 6 hits themselves in a 3-2 loss to the Reds, and a real tough one to take, a 2-1 lead that the Marlins pen coughed up late. Prado shoots one. Votto dives, has it, flips. Straily's there and makes the catch. Joey Votto with a nice play. Reds defensively tonight. Tyler Holt in left, Billy Hamilton in center, Scott Schebler is in right. Eugenio Suarez and Joey Votto the corners. Ivan DeJesus and Brandon Phillips up the middle. And Ramon Cabrera is behind home plate. And here's Yelich. Yelich is homered in this series. And as you saw in the lineups, 2 for 2 with a home run against Straily in that ball game that Straily started against the Marlins in early July in Miami. Fish won that ball game 11-4. Jose was the starting pitcher. Fernandez ended up getting that win. Here's the 2-0. And this is living, breathing proof of that home run.
That's where that pitch was, down and in. Straily trying to stay away. This time will come hard in. They went up in the zone instead of down.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He lives up there, and his 90 miles an hour can appear like other guys' 95. That's strike 3 called. And Yelich is rung up at Hoberg. Cabrera didn't catch it, but it was a strike right on the black. Jose Fernandez gets the ball next. Underway in Cincinnati. Scoreless start for Miami. Reds get their first look at Jose Fernandez, and here come the Redlegs, brought to you by UHealth Sports Medicine.
Yeah, the speedster Billy Hamilton leading off with Ivan DeJesus Jr. in the 2-hole. Joey Votto hitting 3rd, and Brandon Phillips, as clutch as can be. 9-game hitting streak versus the Marlins. 4 of 7 with runners in scoring position, has lit it up all season long. Eugenio Suarez, Scott Schebler, Ramon Cabrera, Tyler Holt, and Dan Straily, which we already talked about, through the top of the first inning. That rounds up the lineup.
Fernandez misses inside to Hamilton, with DeJesus and Votto to follow. Jose beat the Reds in that Straily matchup. Went 7 innings, punched out 8. He's lost 2 straight, which equals his career high. He's never lost 3 straight. And fastball at 96 is up, and it's 2-1. A lot to like about Jose's season numerically. The strikeouts, he's at 198. So he's 2 away from 200. Hamilton rips one. Johnson is there, and he makes the catch. So 1 out. Here's Miami defensively tonight. Finishing off this 4-gamer in Cincinnati. Southwest brings it to you. Yelich, Ozuna, and Ichiro in the outfield. Martin Prado, Chris Johnson to start at first. Danny Echeverria and D. Gordon up the middle. Jeff Mathis gets a start behind the plate for Miami with JT Realmuto getting the night off. And there's your strikeout leaders. That's where 198 gets you in the National League right now. Second behind Max Scherzer. If you go by strikeouts per 9 innings, Jose is the best in the National League. Almost 13 strikeouts per 9 innings for Jose. That one's sent into center field. And to Jesus on a breaking ball has a base hit. And here comes Joey Votto, who was right in the middle of things last night. The Marlins trying to hang on to that 2-1 lead, intentionally walked Votto with 2 outs and a runner at second to get to Brandon Phillips. And of course, Phillips against Nick Wickren punched one into right center, drove home 2, tied it, and gave the Reds a lead with 1 swing. Votto hot since the All-Star break. Though the Marlins have kept him somewhat under control. He's 3 for 10 and has knocked in 1 run.
Pat Hoberg so far today, wide strike zone, both on the outside part and inside part. Something that Jose and Straily would probably both try to attack.
Like that.
Got to open it up. If that's how he's going early, he will continue to do so. He will continue to open it up even more as the game goes on.
Brandon Phillips on deck. Up the middle, Echeverria, flip, Gordon turn in time, and Jose gets a double play and finishes the first. Scoreless. Big. Scoreless ball game. Marlins and Reds enjoy big discounts with the new Steals and Deals Tuesday offer. Get discounted tickets in most seating categories on all Tuesday home games. August 9th, Marlins and Royals. They will be Royals, right? Marlins.com, the place to go for tickets. So the Royals are coming to town. Marcell Ozuna is coming to the plate, and he bounces one right off of Straily, who picks it up underhands and gets the out. And in the same motion, motions to the dugout that he's fine. Scouting reports on Dan Straily. It's brought to you by Auto Nation.
Low 90s heat. You're looking at the man that throws that slider, the changeup, the occasional curveball. Look at biomechanics. 2015 thought help with decreased velocity, so he needed to get some more velo in there. Started working more on his footwork, more on the legs, the strength of it. And talk about the caller, not a good offensive hitter, career caller. Hitless in 62 pro plate appearances and 53 in the minors. That just tells you that offensively, this guy was born to pitch.
He's 0 for 37 this year as a Cincinnati Red. Ichiro swings and misses, and he's behind in the count 1-2. Ichiro in the 5 spot. Derek Dietrich has really struggled in this series. Dietrich 1 for 12. Struck out 3 times last night. And so Ichiro promoted up from the 6 spot to the 5 spot with Chris Johnson at first behind him. One for 3 was Ichiro last night. And takes a pitch down low. 3005 now. Al Kaline is just 2 hits away And Ichiro swings and misses. And that's, I think, a great example of that scouting report that said his 89 looks like other guys' 95.
Yeah, one tendency the Reds pitchers have is they effectively have been able to pitch up in the zone. You see how they change the eye level. First and third pitch, down, the rest up.
Chris Johnson now. Johnson rips one to left field, and that's a base hit. Tell you what, Johnson, his last start was on Monday, and he swung the bat quite well. He homered and then doubled off the wall in center field. Remember, hit the ball hard on Sunday, and so he's back in the starting lineup, and he opens with a line drive hit.
Always known as a streaky hitter. He's continued to do so. Really swinging a nice bat as of late. Every time he gets a start, he's been barreling it up.
Jeff Mathis in the 7 spot. He fouls it back to the screen. Mathis with a little bit of an offensive surge. He's hit in 9 of his last 10 starts at a .341 clip. He's behind in the count, 0-2.
Jeff's hit a lot of baseballs to the gap area. We're at home. Bigger ballpark. Ended up being doubles here. Good chance of getting a home run today.
Breaking ball, chased it, and Dan Straily gives up a single, and that's it. Marlins and Reds, a scoreless ball game, bottom 2. And Jose Fernandez gets Brandon Phillips, Eugenio Suarez, and Scott Schebler. But not before this legal message. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Marlins, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts, descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Miami Marlins or Mr. Red. Brandon Phillips is Mr. Red right now. He's Mr. Red hot. Lines it into center field. That's 21 hits in his last 12 games. And Phillips, who did damage last night, 2 for 4 and knocked in 2.
You see that smile against Jose Fernandez. He's like, forget about seeing your breaking pitch. I'm jumping all over that first pitch. Keeps his hands high the entire time and was able to catch up to that high heat.
Suarez takes a strike. A couple doubles in the series for the Reds' third baseman. Yeah, we see you. And a strike. One of the challenges for Jose Fernandez is taking the home Jose on the road with him. I mean, he's been unbelievable at home. 26-2, a 1.62 ERA. This year, 9-2, an ERA right around 2. But his career ERA and his season ERA on the road is right around 4, just under 4. And he strikes out Suarez.
That's right at you right there. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Fastball against Suarez. Wasn't messing around with that breaking pitch at all.
So I guess my question would be, what have you seen from Jose in his brief career that he does differently at home that he doesn't have on the road?
I see more energy on the road. I just see he's playing the game at home. He's playing it. Where he tries to be too much business on the road. And Jose loves this game. His ability takes over on its own. Really dynamic. We all know about his arm. We know about his resiliency. Just let it go. Show the visiting fans what you show everyone at home in Miami.
Schebler knocks it into right field. That's a hit. Ichiro picks it up. And the Reds have made some solid contact, starting with that line drive out from Billy Hamilton. Here comes Cabrera, Reds catcher tonight. Cabrera, the 26-year-old Venezuelan. Switch hitter. Last year had a really nice year in AAA. Was the most valuable player in Louisville. To right, Ichiro back, looking, and gone. And Ramon Cabrera takes Jose Fernandez out.
Well, Ramon Cabrera sat on breaking pitch after getting one and laying off it the first time up. Sees the next one down in the zone. And Jose Fernandez surprised that this ball not only got out, but the Cabrera was sitting on it. Fireworks continue.
That was such an impactful home run that a late fireworks salvo just as Jose was getting set to deliver to Tyler Holt.
Guys, we talked about this in the second game about how 370 to right center field. That's not even. Let's put it in perspective. 392 at Marlins Park. That ball's still in the ballpark. Ball flies out of this place. This one went 380 feet. That's what it was measured at. Cabrera's home run. 392, 12 feet short. Probably would have been caught, and Jose got a dose of what a great American ballpark can do to a pitcher.
But you know what? That's the deal you make when you walk in this place. And that is, not only do your opponents get to swing to the fences, but you get to swing to them as well. Fastball, Johnson snares another line drive. And right now, Jose Fernandez isn't fooling anybody.
No, a lot of barrel has been found in the first and second inning. Great piece of hitting by Holt, just better defense by Chris Johnson, like a cat over there at first base. Those are the numbers you see. Straily 0 for 37. You said it, partner. 30 strikeouts, 9 sack bunts.
Well, the 9 sack bunts are impressive, though.
Yeah.
That's actually a high number for a starting pitcher this time of year.
Helping himself out.
And Straily out of Springfield. Of course, there's, what, like 30 Springfields across the country?
Yes, which one?
Oregon.
Oh, I would have said the one in Missouri.
No, Springfield, Oregon. And he swings and misses at that. Jose Fernandez not happy, and right now the Reds are up 3-0. Sports Florida is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By Southwest, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by your local Toyota dealers, let's go places. Jose Fernandez and Jeff Mathis in the dugout. A little bit of shell shock, I think, in the Marlins dugout. Fernandez giving up a 3-run homer to Ramon Cabrera, backup catcher. And so Miami's in a 3-0 hole against Dan Straily, Echeverria, Fernandez, and D. Gordon.
The last 6 starts, Dan Straily, the team has won every start. One of the good things that he has been able to do is pitch well with the lead. See a lot of pitchers that give up leads, more aggressive in the zone, trying to get outs quickly. It's one thing the Marlins are going to have to battle against, try to go one at a time, not try to get 3 all at once. Keep the pressure on.
That's to Jesus. And that's the first out, and here comes Fernandez. Well, the odds of Straily getting to the big leagues were not good coming up. Springfield, Oregon is not a baseball hotbed. He ended up going to Western Oregon University and then transferring across the country to Marshall University.
Wow.
Now, Western Oregon University had never produced a major leaguer, and he's it. He's the only guy to play there to get to the big leagues. Marshall's had a few. Jeff Montgomery, the Royals reliever, probably the most famous. Jose sends it right center. Schebler is there, and he makes a catch. And here comes Gordon. Add to that, he was the 24th round draft pick of the Oakland Athletics back in 2009. But when he got to the big leagues, he pitched well for Oakland. He was a 4th in the Rookie of the Year voting back in 2012. Straily misses up. And it's out. The Reds have played quite well since the All-Star break. (18-12) since the break are the Cincinnati Reds. Not many people saw that coming.
No, and the pitching has really reacted well for Cincinnati, especially the bullpen. Once they ended up moving Raisel Iglesias to the bullpen, it seems like they were able to level out the 7th and 8th inning issues that they had. Sembrani in the 9th inning. So far, it's worked for them. Let's see where they go from there. A tough division they're playing in when you have the Cubs, Cardinals, and Pirates.
2-2. And the count full at 3-2. The all-new RAV4 and Toyota bring you an inside look. This is before the break and after the break. And Eduardo's right. Look at that ERA in the very bottom item.
Yeah, you look at it, overall ERA is, you have good pitching, give yourself a chance.
Gordon guides that one into right field. Schebler picks it up. And D. Gordon, a 2-out single. That gets Prado to the plate. Brian Price taking notes.
See, they keep the bat head long enough in the zone to get that base hit. I'll tell you one thing, if this game would have been tied or close enough, D would have gone to second on this, but he has a presence of mind of knowing that they're down 3, no need to get thrown out at second base.
Now, does that mean it shuts down the running game here?
No, not at all.
Prado goes after the first pitch and lifts it to center. Hamilton's there, and Dan Straily is cruising through 3. In Cincinnati, it's Reds 3-0. Cincinnati 3-0. Reds on top, and Jose Fernandez has given up 4 hits, including a 3-run homer to Ramon Cabrera, the switch-hitting Venezuelan catcher. Just the second career homer for Cabrera. He hit 1 last year in his 13 games with the Reds, and that his first this season.
Just surprised the way it happened. I mean, you throw him a breaking ball first pitch, then you go back again, throw him another one, speeding up his bat. That man right there has 98, 99 in his back pocket. No reason to play around with a part-time player.
Hamilton lined a hard one to Chris Johnson at first. Hamilton in the offseason considered giving up switch hitting. He had struggled from this side of the plate, but he's actually, as we talked about last night, better from this side of the plate this year than the right side of the plate in on-base percentage and batting average. And he's hit the ball hard twice tonight from the left side of the plate. Now, the cat and mouse game begins with Hamilton and Fernandez, who's not easy to steal against.
Well, Hamilton, what he did was he changed his entire swing, revamped it from the left side, keeping his hands inside, thinking more middle the other way. Before, he used to be around the baseball. Now you see that bat head go through the zone and stay in the zone. Handle the bat a lot like D. Gordon. And you're right, here comes the cat and mouse game.
You've got Hamilton, who swiped 51 bases and been caught 7 times. And you've got Jose, who is aggressive and quick to the plate. Mathis throws well.
Jesus got a base hit on a breaking pitch last time up the middle. Was late on that 1-0 fastball.
The average caught stealing percentage for a catcher and in turn a pitcher is about 27%. Jose's career is at 57%.
A few things factor into it. 1, quick to the plate. 2, changes his times. Looking over, different looks, tough to get going.
Good breaking ball there, and it's 2-2. De Jesus, of course, a son of a longtime infielder. And he's a guy that can play all over the infield for you.
Smart player also. Oh, is a thinking man's guy. Understands the game, understands what he has to do at all times.
Was your father ever a teammate of his father?
Yes.
Philly?
And the Phillies, 1983.
Swing and a miss. And down he goes. So Jose gets the strikeout. It's his 3rd of the ball game. He's over 200 now, 201 this season.
Good slider, great positioning, and great placement on that pitch. Showed that he could throw it for a strike that time. With the fastball that he possesses, can keep guys off balance.
Well, Hamilton hasn't budged yet. Votto up. And he takes outside. Though he bounced into a double play. Votto, since the All-Star break, just unbelievable. .448 average, .541 on base. Reminiscent of the second half that he had last year. Votto is signed through 2023.
He's not going anywhere for a while.
And he's owed around $180 million still. Since the All-Star break, there they are, the slugging percentage.
Well, he can hit. There's no doubt about that. Biggest question mark is his base running, his defense. Not as aggressive on the bases. And that's a big part of any successful team, especially when you're the leader like Joey Votto. In order for those young players to follow up on, they would love to see their leader a little bit more aggressive, going first to third, and a little bit more focus on defense.
He's had some leg injuries. 2014, he played in just 62 games. Hamilton still not running. The fastball's out. It's 3-1.
And this is all on Jose Fernandez. It's not Hamilton trying to leave that hole open between first and second base for Votto to get a hit. Votto uses the entire field well. So this is Jose doing a nice job of being able to keep Hamilton there. 3-1 count, most likely Hamilton will be going. Contact hitter at the plate.
Not running, and not a strike.
He missed a sign too. Benavidez told Hamilton, you have to go on that. Looking over, everyone was surprised that Hamilton did not go. This is the problem now, partner. You have runners at first and second, a lot of speed at second base, and you have their best RBI guy, runners in scoring position up at the plate, Brandon Phillips.
The Marlins learned that lesson painfully last night. Phillips shot one into right center field for a 2-run double. Made a 2-1 game, a 3-2 Reds lead. And that was it. The Marlins did not mount much of a charge at all against the Reds bullpen last night. Phillips hit a first pitch fastball his last at bat, and he's 0-1 here. Phillips very good with runners in scoring position, 340. Hits that hard. Ozuna charges and has it. Hamilton tags and is running. Ozuna's throw gets by Prado to the dugout, coming home and scores. Hesitation in center by Marcell Ozuna. Failure to back up by Jose Fernandez. And the speed of Billy Hamilton. You combine those three things, it's 4-0 now.
And where do you go from here? You're looking at Ozuna. You have to throw it. Let it go right there. You cannot tempt Billy Hamilton to use his legs and use his dynamic speed to get this team and the fans into this game. Right there, you have to let it go. Get that ball in the infield as soon as you can, and then Jose Fernandez not covering. That's inexcusable. It's one thing that Juan Nieves and Don Mattingly, I guarantee you, once he comes in.
And a wild pitch advances Votto to third.
There's no sugarcoating this one. That was right there. That was bad baseball, and you have to be able to understand that when you see baseball. It's the bottom line. You know, the Marlins are right now. They're competing for a wild card spot. They have to be able to get focused. There's a lot of game left. It's the third inning.
Line drive left field. Yelich won't get it, and it goes to the wall, and Votto scores. And Eugenio Suarez makes it 5-0.
Suarez getting another double on this series. Another breaking pitch stayed out over the zone, right down the middle. A lot of damage being done off the breaking pitch. Missing spots. I know Jose's a little bit frustrated out there. But you ask any Marlin right now on the field, they'll tell you they're better than this. A little frustration so far, having lost the last two here in Cincinnati, but this ballpark, 5-0, with still a lot of time.
Well, Jose's getting knocked around. The Marlins are scuffling defensively. Dan Straily has cruised in his 3 innings. And here is Schebler with Suarez out at second base. Oh, 0-1. Oh, 2. First, it was a 3-run homer by backup catcher Ramon Cabrera. His first of the season, the second of his career.
4 runs have come in due to the hanging breaking pitches.
That a sharp breaking
Good
ball.
location there.
Swung on and missed. But the Reds have taken it to Jose and the Fish and lead it 5-0. Miami's dugout, Jeff Mathis, Juan Nieves, and in the middle, Jose Fernandez, trying to figure out how the Reds have ambushed Fernandez and the Marlins to the tune of 5-0 after 3. And Yelich takes out. Marcell Ozuna and Ichiro will follow. There's the box score. A Gordon single, a line drive single by Chris Johnson, and that's it. Yelich sends that one down the left field line, and it peels into the seats. The loss last night for the Marlins, costly in both races. Fish are 8.5 behind Washington, but they've fallen 2 behind the St. Louis Cardinals and 1 behind the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Giants occupy that first wild card now, since the Dodgers have overtaken them. Suarez got it. That's a very nice play by Eugenio Suarez. The Marlins have a new digital Flex Pass. 20 digital tickets for just $199. $10 a game. You pick the games you want to attend. Go to marlins.com now. No paper tickets. It's on your... Can you put the ticket on your watch? Did we figure that one out?
No, you can't.
Why not?
Not yet. I don't know. I haven't really tried it out yet, but I doubt you could. I know there's a lot of places that tell you don't put it on your watch when you go in, concerts and stuff like that. So I figured that you couldn't.
There's not like a mini Adobe Acrobat program for your watch?
No, we haven't gotten that far yet.
And Zuna gets jammed and fouls it back.
Listen up on this. This is communication. Watch Cabrera tell Suarez here. He was telling him in Spanish, estás bien, pégate, pégate, pégate. Let's get closer to the railing. You're okay, get closer to the railing.
And Straily strikes out, or excuse me, I'm off on my ball and strike count. He's out in front now, 1-2.
Well, that's because we were listening to Cabrera on that one.
Pégate, pégate. Breaking balls out from Straily.
Straily not that overpowering as a pitcher. He frustrates you into the situation where you start looking breaking ball, and then he'll throw the 91-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone to make it appear like there's more on it. A lot of movement.
Ozuna shoots one hard and through Phillips. That doesn't happen often. But the Marlins will take it. They get a base runner here with one out.
That ball was scolded, but it's a ball that Phillips usually gets no problem right at him. But that's an error on Phillips. It's something now the Marlins try to take advantage of. Anytime they can give you a base off an error or a walk, try to capitalize.
Ichiro swings and fouls it. Struck out on a high fastball.
Yeah, Straily's been going after a lot of the hitters with breaking pitches. So far with Ichiro, he's gone fastball and he keeps elevating that fastball. That other elevated fastball, Ichiro just swinging under it, continues to chase.
That's the pitch he chased for strike three, his first at bat. It's 2-2. Ozuna at first.
Change up here.
And he got him. And so Ichiro has struck out twice tonight against a guy who's not considered a strikeout pitcher. And here comes Chris Johnson. Johnson lined to left for a base hit. Ball and a strike. You really can't use a must-win in baseball, 162 games.
And
but
this isn't a must-win.
No, I'm not. That's why I said you can't use it.
Yeah, you're right.
But games like this become crucial. Games, it's a swing game here. You lose this game and you lose a 4-game series. You win it and it's a split and you move on to Pittsburgh. And for the Marlins right now, as they've slid a bit, trying to gain a foothold and stop that and get back to winning has proved challenging. Struck him out. Johnson goes down. And Dan Straily right now is shutting out Miami.
Marlins Park is definitely impressive, and the one here at the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, it's not bad either. This exhibit holds over 800 bobbleheads. I spy Tony Perez and Pete Rose, but this collection is not just limited to Reds players. There are also political figures, basketball players, NFL players, comic book characters. Even the Pope has a bobblehead in this exhibit, but the coolest part about it, it's Mr. Red over here. He stands at over 8 feet tall. Guys, this is the ultimate bobblehead right here.
Mr. Red.
I can't believe she went over there again without me.
That's true. You guys had a nice tour on Marlins Live pregame. It's a liner to Echevarria. As Ramon Cabrera, who homered, a 3-run homer his first time up, lines out. Another hard hit ball. Marlins Live tomorrow from Pittsburgh. Craig Minervini, Preston Wilson, Tom Kohler, Garrett Cole. South Florida Honda dealers bring it to you. Good matchup.
Just like a pair of inserts. Good matchup.
A strike. And it's 1-1. 54 pitches for Jose. And the stark difference between home Jose and road Jose continues here tonight. His road ERA right at 4 on a season where his ERA coming in is 2.81. Those are your career splits, and that's coming into tonight. Those don't reflect the runs he's given up here. Check swing. No swing. And Tyler Holt with a count 2-2. On the ground in a right field. That's a base hit.
Oh, and that pitch was up in the zone. Jose Fernandez baffled on that one. You don't see a lot of people being able to grab a hold of a pitch. Look how high it was in the Fox tracks. Up and away. Tyler Holt was robbed by Chris Johnson. His first at-bat gets that hit to right field.
Fox Sports Supports proud to team up with Girls on the Run. Their dedication to empowering young girls and instilling confidence through running. Registration is now open. Learn more about how you can get involved this fall and visit foxsupports.com.
We talked about Straily so far this season, 8 sack bunts, helping himself out. 0 for his last 38 this season, 0 for life. Hasn't gotten a hit yet in his career. And he'll be bunting here also, even with 2 strikes.
Bunted foul. And so Straily is out. It goes as a strikeout. If you are a hitting coach, and you've been a hitting coach in the major leagues, and you are watching a Jose Fernandez start on tape, where are the areas that you see that he's struggling with?
Well, you look at his tendencies, and that's one thing that teams probably do, because you've seen the Cincinnati Reds today hit the breaking pitch well. 4 RBIs so far off the breaking pitch, the 3-run home run, and the double by Suarez, all on off-speed pitch. This is a guy that throws 97 to 99 miles per hour, electric stuff. And he's getting beat on his off-speed. First thing I tell my players is look for something up. You saw what Holt did, got that base hit on a high fastball. Anything down, let it go.
Well, the Reds right now, 5 runs on 7 hits.
That's a pitch he wanted. Count goes to 1-1 or 1-2. That's when you might see Holt try to steal, and if he's caught, you'll have Billy Hamilton leading off. Part of the strategy Brian Price has in order.
Jim Riggleman, bench coach Brian Price, has the Reds playing much better after the break. Tyler Holt at first. Hamilton pops it foul and out of play.
Holt was on the run there. No one was covering second base. Etche or D. Both stayed the position. Now with 2 strikes, same thing.
He runs again, called strike 3. And down goes Hamilton. 5-0 Reds. Up here in Cincinnati. Let's check in with Jessica Blaylock. Jess?
Hey, Rich, I'm hanging out here in right center field, hanging out by the 2 massive smokestacks. These are very hard to miss. They're reminiscent of the old steamboats that used to run along the Ohio River. If you notice at the top of the smokestacks, there are 7 bats each. That's a total of 14 bats. It's how the Reds were able to pay tribute to Pete Rose and his number 14 inside the ballpark after he was banned by Major League Baseball. As you guys know, now they are able to display his number 14. He has also been inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame. Eduardo, we learned a lot about Pete Rose earlier today when you were able to take me through that Reds Hall of Fame and museum. That was an awesome tour today.
Yes, it was. And in the retired number, you see it right there. It's actually in front of the facade of us. Pete Rose is number 14, and he means a lot to Cincinnati. This year they inducted him into the Hall of Fame. Next season they will also have a monument of him in front of the stadium, so a statue. So you get that combined with that number 14 as we toured the museum. What a great time. I just can't believe that you took off again without me. You went back.
The bobblehead hit. I saw that.
This was awesome.
I did go back. I'm sorry, Eduardo. It wasn't the same without you, though. It was much better being able to go there today with you. You were an excellent tour guide.
There we go. See the history of Cincinnati. Just so much history.
You know, the first time I went to the Reds Hall of Fame, I learned something that fascinated me. And that Mr. Red, who's the mascot, first appeared in 1955 on the sleeve of the Reds uniforms. which was great until 56 when the Reds adopted sleeveless uniforms with Ted Kluszewski.
Big first baseman, if not mistaken, number 18, also number retired.
But he became a human type form, did Mr. Red, in the early 70s. Robert Andino is on deck. That one fouled back to the screen. That's Brian Ellington who's up right now. In a 5-0 game, Jose Fernandez has not been sharp. And with Andino on deck, it looks like he's done. Echeverria lines that ball into right center field. It's in for a hit, and he holds there. And Fernandez has his hat, has his glove.
Not leaving too happy either.
On his way to the clubhouse. And so here's Andino pinch hitting here in the 5th inning.
Marlins already with a short bench as it is. 4 guys on the bench. Robert Andino, play everywhere. Don Mattingly making the decision here. Jose going 4 innings.
Well, the interesting thing is that it's Ellington who's in the pen at this point in the game, which, normally you would think it might be a guy like Chris Narveson, who has yet to pitch, being in the pen as a long guy. But maybe Don Mattingly, this is a statement to how important he thinks this game is, that it's Ellington that's up right now.
Well, you look at the way the lineup is set up for Cincinnati. A lot of right-handed hitters. You have a couple switch hitters. Well balanced right now. You're down 5, or you're thinking, you don't know until Don Mattingly's thinking.
Andino cracks it in the air to right. Schebler in the corner makes the catch.
There's a couple thoughts to the process. One, maybe you're trying to save up innings and the amount of pitches with Jose Fernandez, 65 pitches total in those 4 innings. Maybe you're just trying to save it up so you don't have to have him skip a start. You're thinking you're down 5. If your bullpen can hold, if you can come back, fine. But at the same time, now you can have him back on a 5-day rotation and not skip him the rest of the way.
Gordon fouls it off. So D. Gordon was singled and flied out. And this certainly isn't the script that the Marlins had hoped with the Jose start after losing 2 here in Cincinnati. Oh, and 2. Echeverria, the runner at first. Coors Light Cold Hard Fact explodes on your screen. Infield hits since 2012. Gordon at 148.
I think the surprise guy there is Noriaoki.
Roller to short to Jesus to Phillips, and the Marlins are done in the 5th. And Miami is into their bullpen here in the bottom of the 5th. 5-0 Reds. Fox Sports Florida is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By Subaru of Pembroke Pines. And by Lexus of Pembroke Pines, price, service, selection. You're gonna love us. Sun setting in the Midwest in Cincinnati. And the sun has set on Jose Fernandez. Brian Ellington is first out of Miami's pen in the bottom of the 5th. 5-0, Reds on top. Ivan De Jesus, Joey Votto, and Brandon Phillips. And the Reds go from a hard thrower to an even harder thrower. Ellington goes 99 with his first fastball.
One day he's had to take a couple steps back and say, whoa, wait a second. Gotta get it started.
'99 again.
The face says it all.
And it's 0-2. Votto, Phillips for the Reds. 5 runs, 7 hits. All of those on Jose's line in 4 innings. And a high fastball that clocks triple digits at 100.
Elevated that speed, that's what you're going to get. A lot of swings and misses. He changed eye level every single time. Fastball down the middle, then fastball down in the corner, and then elevated.
Votto now. And Votto fouls it back to the screen. Marlins go to Pittsburgh. Of course, the Pirates have been lurking in that wild card race. A lot of people look at the Pirates as a team that's a threat, maybe more so than the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Cardinals have turned it on. St. Louis has that second wild card spot. Pittsburgh a game back. Miami 2 back. St. Louis does not play tonight. Pittsburgh not play tonight.
Now, they played a day game yesterday in San Francisco, so they've been home for a while.
Low liner, Johnson caught it, and Votto is out. 2 down. All-Star game coming up 2017. And at this moment, only Marlin Fish family season ticket holders are guaranteed access to purchase All-Star Week ticket strips. To learn more, visit marlins.com/ASG. This ballpark had the All-Star game a couple seasons back. Well, a couple All-Star games ago.
There we go, yeah.
Thank you.
They put on a pretty nice show here in the Queen City also.
Here's Brandon Phillips. Phillips lifts that one, first base and down the line. Gordon drops it. Foul territory.
Well, 9 out of 10 times, D. Gordon will make this play. Gets him right off the thumb area. See, not in the pocket. You ask him, he'll tell you. Should have made that play.
He's going to get charged for an error on the play. And that defense tonight for the Marlins has been a struggle. That's the second error of the night for the Marlins. D, of course, a Gold Glover last year. Phillips with a count 0-2. And another 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Ellington. 1-2-3 go the Reds. Miami down 5-0. Chrysler is the presenting sponsor of Miami Marlins baseball. 5-0 Cincinnati. Jose Fernandez lasted 4. And the Fish have been unable to dent Dan Straily. Martin Prado, Christian Yelich, and Marcell Ozuna. This is the third time through for this part of the lineup. 3 singles. D. Gordon, Chris Johnson, and Adeiny Echeverria. Prado takes a breaking ball.
Well, we've seen it in the past. It's about the third time around the lineup that Straily struggles. So you have the heart of the lineup coming up. This is a great opportunity for Martin Prado to get it started.
And you've got a guy that rarely breaks 90, that feeds on aggression, and a team right now trying to come back from a 5-run deficit. Good take by Prado.
One of the reasons Straily does struggle with third time around is simple, is he shows you every pitch he has the first 2 times around. He has to. He doesn't have that overpowering fastball, so he has to go to his off-speed pitch early.
Prado lines it into right center field. That's a hit. Schebler cuts it off. 7 straight games Martin Prado has a hit. He's got 7 hits in this series.
Look at those numbers. 191 first time around, 216, and then it starts coming back to reality. Third time around, 256.
Here now is Yelich, who was struck out and popped out.
Been able to give Christian a lot of fastballs and changeups. Running, is tailing away from him. There's the changeup.
Counts 0-2. Straily, after his 2.5 seasons in Oakland, spent part of 14 with the Cubs. And then last year made just 3 starts in the big leagues with Houston. I told you this is a guy who was released by 2 teams in spring training and has made 42 starts in AAA over the 14 and 15 season.
One of the big reasons, it's simple. A lot of major league teams, what they want are power pitchers. This guy is not a power pitcher. Might look really big on the mound. You've seen him already today, topping out at 91 miles per hour. Depends on his off-speed pitch and location.
2-2. But whatever he's done this year, he's obviously turned it around. He has the 8th lowest batting average against of any starter in the National League. His ERA in this ballpark and on the season under 4.
Add and subtract. Take some off, put some more on, keep the hitters off balance.
Changeup is out. Count is full at 3-2. He is at 85 pitches. You got Ozuna on deck, and then Ichiro. Prado's at first, and Yelich yanks that one foul.
See right there, off-speed pitch, 3-2, runner at first base. You're up 5. He has the confidence of throwing any pitch he wants at any time. Very hard and very difficult as a position player, as a hitter, to just focus on dead red fastball.
Another 3-2. Yelich staying alive. Three-two again. Another changeup and another ball pulled foul.
How many players do you think the Cincinnati Reds have on the disabled list?
Well, I know that you're tight with their medical staff, so maybe you've been tipped off. But
I have been.
Okay, I'll go with 11.
Well, the Cincinnati Reds have had this season good changeup right there, 83 miles per hour, and this is what makes Straily so difficult. And he gave everything in the kitchen sink and then some more to Christian Yelich. Right here, you see that glove a little bit bigger on the changeup. He will tip that, but still so difficult to stay back on it. Look at the amount of pitches he was able to throw down in the zone. Well, so far in the season, 15 players have been on the DL, 16 appearances for those players. Right now they have 4 players on that disabled list.
Ozuna, left field, hit well, hold back, and it's gone. And Marcell Ozuna gets Miami on the board. Ozuna raced around first almost like he wasn't sure it went out.
You never are here. That ball, I guarantee you, he did not hit it well at all. And you saw how far it went. 5-run lead, never safe in this ballpark. Third time around the lineup, we said it. Straily hangs him a pitch. You see how he got jammed? He got jammed on that pitch. That was at least label high. Strong man gets this ball. Ball's out of here.
And so Ozuna hits his third homer of this series. Now at 22. And Miami has life here in the top of the 6th inning. And as you pointed out, the third time through against Straily has broken the ice.
Well, we talk about missed opportunities this inning for the Marlins. Fortunately, not a missed opportunity. You have to get the pitcher when they're at their weakest. He's been able to do that.
Ichiro into center field, and that's a hit. Straily had struck out Ichiro twice, but hit number 3006 rolls up the middle, and here comes Chris Johnson.
And this is interesting. No one in that bullpen is warming up yet. You can be caught up quick in this 3-run trap a lot of people talk about in baseball. And it comes down to this. Right now you're up 3. 6th inning, you don't have your number 1 guy up on the mound. He struggles third time around the lineup. Base hit, a little bleeder, all of a sudden you have the tying run at the plate. So they're going to start to get Jumbo Diaz up as quick as possible. This is how you manage a bullpen.
You see
Price.
Iglesias also throwing that weighted ball around.
But you don't see him in the 6th inning. He's more of a 7th, 8th inning guy.
Marlins saw Diaz earlier in the series.
I had heard something with Iglesias. Has more of a loose shoulder, so they continue to try to do a lot of exercises to get him to strengthen that shoulder and continue to keep stability on it. One of the reasons why he's in the pen now.
Now, are you this wired into the Reds' medical situation? Because when you were a Red, you were a frequent visitor to the Reds medical staff.
I still am. I still go there.
Ichiro dives back.
I'm tight like 2 coats of paint with a lot of medical staffs.
Dustin McGowan in Miami's pen.
Dr. Timothy Krimchek, Dr. Angel Velasquez. Great staff they have here in Cincinnati.
Another throw to first. Now, is he trying to keep Ichiro close, or is he buying time for the
buying
pen?
time. This is all about buying time, and Brian Price understands, and what I talked to you earlier about that 3-run trap. They know Chris Johnson has been swinging a good bat. You do not want that go-ahead tying run at the plate.
Johnson takes in, and it's 2-0.
Again, you don't want that tying run at the plate without having somebody ready in that bullpen. This, again, buying time. Nothing else but time.
Mac Jenkins, acting pitching coach.
Jumbo's buying time, trying to get hydrated.
Hydrate Jumbo. That takes a while to hydrate a Jumbo.
But did you see what Jumbo did? Did you see what Jumbo did right there? He just opened it up and he put water in his hand and then put it in the dirt to get a little bit of moisture. We're breaking down pitchers in the bullpen right now. He's getting a little bit of trying to get a feel for the baseball. He has yet to throw a ball while they're wasting time on the mound.
I think Jumbo's heated up.
In a big way.
Yes, very big. So it's 2-0 to Chris Johnson. Ichiro's at first. Marcell Ozuna's 2-run homer has given Miami their first runs of the night. And Johnson chases a breaking ball. It's 2-1.
On a 2-0 count. He's dead red sitting fastball. Straily. He hasn't gone. He pitches backwards. Not afraid to go off speed.
Two and two.
And then when you sit slider, throws you the fastball. And look at the location. The first, third, and fourth pitch, down and away.
Two. On the ground, Suarez, and Phillips turns it in time. And Miami's sixth is done. But the Marlins are finally on the board. Marcell Ozuna, and it's 5-2.
There are two mosaics that depict two of the key eras in Reds baseball history. First over here, it is the first 9. It's a mosaic of the 1869 Red Stockings. They were the first ever professional baseball team. They went 57-0 in their first season. And then over here, it is the Great 8. It is the big red machine that won back-to-back World Series in 1975 and 1976. And oh, by the way, Eduardo Perez, take a look at who is front and center. That would be the great number 24, Tony Perez.
Driving them all in.
1869, we documented that last night. And of course, as the story goes, the owner of that team back in 1869 liked to sell beer. He figured large German population in Cincinnati, and he rented the ballpark out on Sundays, and that got him kicked out of the league. But they reformed. They jumped into the American Association, and they were back in business.
If you ever come by Cincinnati, you have to check the Cincinnati Reds Museum. They did a fantastic job getting it together.
Out to short. Echeverria on to first in time. And that gets Suarez out. Ellington looks good tonight. Marlins down 3 here, bottom 6. Deposits on a 2017 season ticket plan guarantee you access to the All-Star Game in Miami, which is next year. Don't miss your chance to secure seats for this once-in-a-generation event. Just $250, 1-877 Marlins. Go to marlins.com. Here's Schebler now. The Reds made quick work of Jose Fernandez tonight. 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. And the biggest blow was Ramon Cabrera, backup catcher, who had one career homer. He smacked a 3-run shot. And just like that, the Marlins were on their heels.
380-foot home run to right center field. Again, putting it in perspective, in Miami, right center field, 392.
Schabler lifts that one to right. Ichiro patrolling out there. 2 outs. And here comes the aforementioned Cabrera.
You don't have a lot of at-bats, not a lot of scouting reports. Sort of have to feel your way. They went breaking pitch. First pitch for a ball, second pitch a hanging one, and the last thing that Mathis and Fernandez thought, they was sitting on it.
Don Mattingly, when he lifted Jose, instead of going with, say, a Chris Narveson, who's here for long relief, decided to bring out his relievers, the top flight guys that he's used in crunch time in the 5th inning. Ellington, and you saw McGowan getting loose as well. No swing.
Well, this ballpark, I believe, plays a lot like Coors Field because how small it is. Anything can happen with the swing of a bat. You get another runner on, you get 2 more runs. Now you're just a 1-run game. The Marlins still have 3 innings to go offensively to catch up. You can hold on, keep the Reds at 5. It would be a big, big comeback for them.
Three and one. Well, this is a Reds franchise that was getting to the postseason. 2012, 2013. Big swing and a miss there. And 13, it was a wild card. Dusty Baker's last year. They won 90 games. They won 97 games in 2012. And remember, they were rolling. They were up 2-0 over San Francisco in the division series and home as well. And the Giants came back and obviously won that series and just kept rolling right through for another world championship. But the team slipped in 14, were 10 under, and the rebuilding process started last year. Really gutting what was a veteran pitching staff. 110 starts by rookies last year.
Wow. At one time.
Again, a liner to right, off the top of the wall. Ramon Cabrera held to a single, throw to first, and safe at first. Johnson couldn't hold the throw from Gordon, but Ichiro played it expertly.
That ball was a frozen rope off the fence, and Cabrera locked in. Just misses another home run. But Ichiro catching this ball right off and playing it perfectly. And this is one guy that practices every day on his throws. Hits the cutoff man. Chris Johnson not getting to the bag in time. Cabrera thinking too, but when you have catcher's legs like that, there's so much you can do. Smart move.
Boy, Ellington's been blowing hot since he walked in the joint. 99 there to Tyler Holt.
Cabrera's a triple away from the cycle. I don't see a triple being hit by Cabrera in this ballpark. And excuse me, remember that line drive he hit the shortstop? I thought that was a single. You're wrong. I was wrong. 2 for 3.
It's all right. This is as close as he's been to the cycle in his life. You can still run with that.
No kidding, huh? Big mistake. Error on Perez.
But when a guy's hit only 2 career home runs, I wouldn't be surprised if in the game in which he hit his other homer, he didn't have another hit.
I just liked that when I said it, you looked at me like, come on, really? Look at your scorecard. You have it right there. I don't know what I was looking at.
Ellington thought he had strike 3.
That pitch was outside before it landed. Kyle Waldrop's on deck. That would mean the end of Dan Straily, so he wouldn't even be coming out in the next inning.
Fouled back, and on the move there was Cabrera. Tyler Holtz lined out and singled.
Well, that Cabrera trying to steal a base.
Reds have been aggressive tonight. That's the 3rd time they've been running on a pitch that's either been put in play or hit foul.
You see a lot of delay also with 2 outs, 2 strikes, trying to freeze the middle infielders.
That is strike 3 called. 2 really nice innings from Brian Ellington. 5-2 Reds. A chance to win an all-inclusive stay in Nassau on Labor Day weekend. Just tweet hashtag Southwest Summer Days Sweeps and hashtag sponsored to @FoxSportsFL for your chance to win. 5-2, Reds on top. Let's check in with Jessica Blaylock. Jess?
Hey, Rich, it's not every day that you see 51 individual pizzas stacked in a Major League Baseball clubhouse, but that was certainly the case earlier today. Now, let me give you a little bit of background on how this happened. On Monday for Game 1 of this series, one of the Marlins players sent Joey Votto donuts. We're not sure which player, but to return the favor, Votto ordered 51 individual pizzas for Ichiro and had them delivered to the Marlins clubhouse today, and they were perfectly stacked in front of his locker for when Ichiro arrived. Rich, I know that you saw the boxes of pizza outside the Marlins clubhouse. Were you wondering the same thing? What is going on with these 51 boxes of pizza?
Well, look, baseball players eat a lot of weird stuff, but they don't eat 51 pizzas before a ball game. Now, Eduardo, I'm the donut story. I may have to go ask the Reds broadcasters this. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. Maybe Tim Hortons had a special great Canadian donut place. But the 51 individual pizzas, that was...
I think it was Joey Votto, paying homage to the 3,000 hits that Ichiro was able to accomplish. Let's just go with that route. But I'll tell you right now, they weren't just cheap pizzas. They were California. They were CPK pizzas.
Really?
Yes, and
a bunt by Mathis. Jumbo Diaz throws it high, and Mathis is aboard. Well, that is a resourceful bunt by Jeff Mathis. Jumbo Diaz is not just Jumbo in name. And to bend over, get the ball, and throw it accurately was a challenge.
Not the best bunt in the world, but he never set his feet, throwing off his right foot, leaning back, thinking Jeff Mathis gets down the line in a hurry. Look how close he was. Look how much time he had. What Jeff Mathis is a great bunter. This one, obviously not one of his best bunts, but still effective enough now to get on first base with an error.
It's a jumbo error.
I like it, partner. I like it.
Well, you know.
It is.
It is. 2 errors apiece, both teams tonight. Echeverria takes up. Mathis at first. Marlins are down 3. Echeverria sitting on a 2-0 pitch. What should his mindset be here?
Time runs on deck. You need to get on base. Jumbo Diaz, this is his 3rd pitch. So far has missed twice against Etche. Has to be the pitch that he's looking for. Pinhole it.
Striking, it's 2-1. We talked about Diaz earlier in the series. This is a guy that checks in about 280 pounds and lost 70 pounds to get to 280. That one fouled back.
On AAA in 22 appearances this season. .75 ERA. They were using him as a closer. 11 saves and 12 opportunities.
2-2. Buries it in the dirt, and Echeverria's gone to 3-2. Derek Dietrich is on deck for Miami as the Marlins try to climb back in this ball game. A 2-run homer by Marcell Ozuna in the 6th got them within 3. (3-2) and he lost him, and Echeverria walks, and Miami does bring the tying run to the plate. And here is Dietrich.
Again, I talked earlier about the 3-run trap. Any which way it could happen. Via an error, the walk. Now you have that runner. Now you have that hitter on base. Derek Dietrich represents the tying run for the Marlins. No outs. Great opportunity right now for the Fish in the top of the 7th to capitalize.
It has been a tough series for Dietrich. 1 for 12 with 8 strikeouts. And yet here he is in a key spot in the 7th inning. Mathis at second, Echeverria at first. And Dietrich takes in.
Good pitch by Jumbo. Great take also by Derek. That's a pitch he's been swinging at. That kissed the inside part of the strike zone. See it right there, 2nd pitch on Fox Tracks. That's a pitch right there that Pat Hoberg behind the plate has been calling all day.
1-1. And Dietrich fouls it off. Nobody out. Reds bullpen, their first inning of the night after 6 of Dan Straily. And the Reds have really pounded Dietrich in and down, right under the hands.
Marlins fans looking at those numbers down below, thinking why not? 3 home runs, 6 RBIs in his career here in this ballpark with 1 swing of the bat.
1-2. Again in 2-2.
Good thing for Derek is Jumbo doesn't have that 2-seam fastball that runs back over the plate. It's more of that 4-seamer with a hard slider. One, 2.
Pulled foul. So Dietrich with a count 2-2. Marlins down 5-0 early in this ball game. And the hunch by Don Mattingly was to go with his top flight relievers. Ellington for 2. It's kept the game close. And the Marlins got 2 back. And knocking on the door here in the 7th. And Dietrich swings and misses. Diaz elevates 97 and strikes him out.
Well, he went up with the cheese. He's been throwing him hard inside. Was able to get him to chase, and you see that's a pitch that's too close to take, and see where it landed. Just a lot. It's really hard to get on top of 97.
D. Gordon now 1 for 3. Chopper to short. De Jesus in the dirt, and Votto picks it. And Gordon's out. Miami has second and third and 2 outs for Prado.
All the way up here, you could hear Suarez yelling at Ivan De Jesus, tercera, 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 which means third, third, third. That's what he want. That's where he wanted him to go. Instead, Ivan going after the out instead of getting in trouble, going to third. Smartly gets the out at first base. 3-run game. It was a 2-run game, different story, or a 1-run game. That's anticipating and knowing.
Mac Jenkins on his way out. Reds bullpen is active. Marlins have seen Wood before.
Well, one of the things that the Reds do not have is that lefty specialist in the bullpen. They got Singrini, which is the closer. That is a left-handed pitcher. He's the only lefty in the pen. So with Christian Yelich on deck, Martin Prado is the guy they want to go after. Martin very good with runners in scoring position this season.
Well, if you could pick a man, it's probably Prado off the Marlins roster in this spot. And Diaz delivers a fastball that misses outside. Prado did not face Diaz back on Monday night. That one hugging the outside, whether it made it or not. Pat Hoberg didn't think so. You see the season numbers against the Reds. And it was out. That's out as well. All right, you've got a guy at the plate who is the best in the National League with runners in scoring position, and that's Prado. Second and third. Counts 3-0.
You take. Christian Yelich on deck.
There's the strike, and it's 3-1.
Got a guy that can handle the bat really well in Martin Prado. He's done it consistently all season long. It doesn't matter if he has no strikes or 1 strikes. You need base runners. You need to keep adding pressure to the Reds.
Prado lifts it foul, and Diaz is back in the at-bat. And it's 3-2. Full count. Prado lined a single to right center his last time up. Now that scissor kick approach here, you've got Votto way off the line at first. Sealing up that hole to his right. There is, however, a vast expanse to his left.
Well, Jumbo Diaz has shown He's going with his fastball. That's the pitch he's going to live and die with.
Another 3-2. Line drive, base hit, right field. Mathis scores. Echeverria will score. And Prado has knocked in 2. Miami's within a run. And that scissor kick still works.
It's working, baby. And that's one thing that Martin Prado has been able to do is use the entire field. Very difficult to pitch to. Doesn't matter if he has no strikes or 2 strikes. Watch this approach. Swing is level. Hands never drop. And he's able to get on top of this fastball because of the positioning of his hands. Man, talk about a hitter that's so confident on any pitch around the strike zone, and anything that's out of it, he takes. Lenny Harris sending Echeverria here, adding pressure to the Reds defense, and now you have Christian Yelich coming to the plate and a double switch having to be made by Brian Price, the manager of the Reds.
Reds go to their bullpen again. Wes Kendall Toyota called to the pen. It's a 1-run game in Cincinnati. Votto right now talking it over at first base. Big hit by Prado. Here's a look at the at-bat.
Watch Martin Prado's feet right here. You look at it, it's impressive how he is able to manipulate everything with his legs, the back, the scissor kick. Beautifully, the right foot always kicking back, clearing his hips, and being able to drive it to right field. So consistent at it. Remember, he did not have that for a couple days after he fouled the ball off his foot in Colorado.
Blake Wood now for Christian Yelich. 5-4 Cincinnati. 2 in the 6th on the Ozuna homer. 2 in the 7th on the Prado single. And Yelich swings and misses, and the count's 1-1.
Well, the reason Blake Wood is in the game right now, lefties hitting 196 against him. Righties hit 285 against him. So he's got the equalizer, throwing that breaking ball and changeup away.
Yelich lifts it foul. Splits for Yelich, but of course reverse splits for the right-hander on the mound. Prado's at first with 2 down.
That's funky stuff coming from Wood. It's a big man on the mound throwing way over the top and falling off to the right to the first base side of the rubber. A lot of moving parts.
One, 2. And he got him. So Yelich strikes out, but Miami rises up and gets 2 more. A 1-run game tonight in Cincinnati. T-Mobile brings you greater coverage of baseball. Let's take a tour, shall we? It's Jay Happ, and you know what? Boy, has he improved since he was a Philly. He has been spectacular this year. So is Carlos Martinez. He beat the Astros 8-2. And Dansby Swanson got a couple of hits in his Major League debut.
Impressive hits also. One straight up the middle, the other one the other way to right field. It's a local kid, Marietta, Georgia. Back home now in the big leagues out of Vanderbilt.
Bottom 7. 7th inning stretch is over. And the Marlins dip into their bullpen. Dustin McGowan. He's had a very nice year for the Fish. Tony Renda, former Cal Bear, pinch hitting here. And he takes out. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Marlins have seen Renda all over the place. Various stops on the infield and outfield.
A natural second baseman. He'll play wherever they tell him to. Look at the lineup. You want me in left field? That's where I'll go. This would be a big hold for McGowan and the Marlins. Give his offense a chance to continue to apply pressure to the Reds.
And McGowan misses outside. 3-1.
Nothing's etched in stone. Cingrani's already gone 2 days in a row for 2 saves. Pressure's on the bullpen for the Marlins.
Rendon takes out, and he walks. Up to the top of the order for the Reds, Billy Hamilton, who set the tone against Jose Fernandez. He smoked one for an out his first at bat, and another line drive for a hit in the 3rd inning.
Chris Johnson better be alive at first base. So would D. Watching the bunt here.
Hamilton on a hop. Gordon backhand etch. Foot on the bag. He's out at second.
Well, they did get the out. But this is the question. You look at D right here. He's already playing in. Gets a short hop. It's better if he goes over the top instead of from the side. That's a long distance to flip the ball that way when you're already, your momentum is going the other way. Now, the big question was Hetchy on the bag? If you see, watch his left foot here. Tap dance his way on top of the bag, making a nice athletic and acrobatic play.
That is a terrific play. Because he knew if he tried with the right foot, there's no way he was going to catch the ball. You've got speed and lots of it at first. McGowan from the stretch. Hamilton itching to go, bluffs, and takes down low. 51 bags. Jonathan VR, Milwaukee's at 46. And remember, Hamilton had a failure to launch back in the 3rd. When Jose was on the mound.
Well, this will be different here. I think Hamilton give him 2 more pitches and should be gone. Marlins have done a fantastic job keeping Hamilton out of balance at first base. Hamilton, his feet, while he's taking the lead, never stops. Always moving them.
Goes fastball in, and Mathis has it squirt right out of his hand. And I don't think he had a shot to get him.
Oh, he did it. That's Hamilton's game. Any pitcher that's over a 1-2-5 to the plate, automatic. And once that ball goes all the way to Mathis's left, by the time he brings it back and squares his body trying to rush it, he wouldn't have had a chance. Beham.
Love the kicks. 52.
Did it say speed kills on it?
I believe so.
Oh, it actually did on the 5th run. That's how the Reds were able to score and add on.
Boy, you think about that run. There it is. You think about that 5th run and how it did score.
Well, my daughter went to see Hamilton in New York a few weeks ago. My 10-year-old daughter, and Juliana, and she knows every song now from the Hamilton soundtrack in the play. And she's watched Billy Hamilton run the bases, and she changed a lot of the lyrics of the song to Billy Hamilton. It's pretty cool.
So he would be like an understudy, right?
It would be the understudy, and she went from Alexander Hamilton to Billy Hamilton. Speed kills.
Of course, Hamilton in game one plastered himself to the wall in center field. Lifted in the air, left center field. Yelich giving chase. In the gap, makes the catch. Hamilton tags on his way to third. And he holds right there. It was on a ball to center, which Hamilton was at second. Marcell Ozuna made a running catch, came up and hesitated, didn't throw. Hamilton saw that he wasn't going to throw and broke for third. Ozuna uncorked a wild throw. Jose Fernandez did not back up the play. It got by Prado, and Hamilton went from second to home, and that was a run for the Reds.
Okay, let's go here. I'm going to go here on you.
All right.
Brandon Phillips is on deck.
And last night we had this situation, right?
We had this situation last night. So I need to read what goes on here. In Brandon Phillips' career, he's a .423 hitter, 30-for-71, when the batter in front of him is intentionally walked. Now hear this.
So he's .471 when the batter intentionally walked in front of him.
.423, 30-for-71. But hear this. When the previous batter is Joey Votto, which is being intentionally walked, Phillips is a .548 hitter in his career, 23-for-42. Now there are teams like the St. Louis Cardinals, which are in the division, like the Chicago Cubs, which are in the division, that do not walk Joey Votto intentionally because they understand and they've been burned in the past, and they said no mas, no more. This guy knows how to slow the game down. He takes it personal every time they walk Votto to face him. We saw what happened yesterday. Don Mattingly going by the book, not by the history, here with Brandon Phillips.
And kudos to our research department that dug that up on the fly today. We had that discussion last night. The Marlins have had it happen, but it was a while ago. Phillips swings and misses. That's a back foot swing meant to send one into the seats. And it's 0-1.
McGowan taking some off right there. Now he gets ahead of him, makes him swing, and you see that gesture he made. He was like, woof, got away with one right there.
Runner goes, ball in the dirt.
No need to throw anywhere. Infielder stayed put. Not with the speed of Billy Hamilton. You throw that ball to second base, that's giving the Reds another run.
Can you explain this Phillips phenomena, whether it's with sabermetrics, old school, whatever you've got, can you explain it?
He knows what to do. He slows down the game. He focuses now on the big part of the ballpark. You saw that big swing, first pitch. Now that's it. No mas big swing. He's thinking middle the other way. First base is open.
Good pitch.
Great pitch.
McGowan with run on the fastball, got it in at 96. Look at these splits. One of the best in baseball is McGowan against righties. A 144 average. And he got him.
Awesome job.
Dustin McGowan strikes out Brandon Phillips. And the Marlins hanging tough, down a run. All right, thank you, Craig. First pitch, Marcell Ozuna pops it into right, and it's caught there by Scott Schebler. So one pitch and one out. And Marcell Ozuna, after that swing, not moving well.
Yeah, right out of the gate, limping and talking to the trainer right now.
Ichiro up now. It's still Blake Wood. He finished the 7th. He's got Ichiro, who's 1 for 3. Ichiro is not homered this year.
I like it. I like how you're throwing it out there.
Ooh.
Well, they've been challenging Ichiro with that fastball, hitting .310 on the season. Able to get a base hit last time up the middle.
One and two.
This is where Wood goes to a split finger fastball. Late action. That's what's given the lefties a lot of difficulty.
Stayed fastball, and Ichiro dumps it into left field.
Work it. That's so patented on Ichiro right there. Letting it get deep.
With 2 strikes, just protected.
Yeah, get those bobbleheads to 3007.
I believe his former manager is in the house. I believe Lou Piniella is here tonight.
Yeah, there was a Lou Piniella sighting. Working now with the Reds. Right there, Lou would say, son, you haven't changed your approach at all, son.
So 2 hits for Ichiro. 3007. And a dive back in.
Well, this is a good opportunity now for Ichiro if he can get a good jump. Times it right. Get in scoring position.
As you saw, he's tied Al Kaline now at 3007. Johnson with the count 0-1. So you think they're talking donuts and pizza at this point?
Well, hopefully he can leave the donuts behind and try to catch a slice of pizza at second base. I don't know if that made any sense or not, but he can get the scoring position.
Fastball's out. If you've just joined us and you're wondering what that meant, somebody sent donuts to Joey Votto's locker from the Marlins clubhouse earlier in this series. And so Votto, as Jessica reported, had 51 pizzas from California Pizza Kitchen, nonetheless, stacked at Ichiro's locker when he walked in the door for the game tonight.
And if you're wondering what Ichiro did with the pizzas, well, they were carted off and sent, he said, send it to the ushers at the stadium.
Really?
Yeah. He said, you know what? It's good quality pizza. Send it to the ushers. And as I was walking up, I saw a few happy ushers downing some cold pizza.
How cool is that?
If I'm not mistaken, it was Cincinnati pizza. Cincinnati means cold.
To short and a double play. Johnson bounces into his second double play of the night, and the Marlins stay down a run to the bottom of the 8th. Cincinnati, bottom 8. Geico brings you this date in Marlins history. 2005, Josh Beckett, Ron Vallone, and Todd Jones combined for a 6-hit shutout. And it was Beckett's second inning single. It was a game winner. That back in 2005. Well, here in Cincinnati tonight, an early outburst by the Reds made it 5-0. Chased Jose Fernandez after just 4 innings. John Mattingly turned it over to Brian Ellington, who was brilliant in 2 innings. Dustin McGowan, a scoreless 7th. And now Kyle Bearclaw gets the 8th.
After the 5 runs scored in the first 3 innings, that last inning by Jose Fernandez and the rest of the bullpen has given the offense an opportunity, and that's all you can ask for. McGowan trying to hold on one more inning to see what Cincinnati does. If they bring Cingrani in to close out for the 3rd day, big question mark for Brian Price.
And there is Iglesias. And so there's your answer.
There's the answer, and this is a position and a spot that Iglesias wants. He's been asking to be that closer. Remember Lee Smith, great closer for the Chicago Cubs. Many years I was able to play with him, had the opportunity and privilege of playing with him in Anaheim, and he never could pronounce my name. So he decided to adopt me as Sublibido. Sublibido! Come over here, Sublibido. So I am to Lee Smith Sublibido. And he would tell me, he goes, you know, it's great after I get my massage in the 7th inning and I go to the bullpen and I see 7, 8, 9 for me to face. And I'm up by 3. Well, this situation, up by 1, you get 7, 8, 9, but it's a good 7, 8, 9 with the pinch hitting, probably JT Realmuto or Miguel Rojas, the only 2 guys left on the bench. I like the Marlins' chances.
More importantly, did you ever figure out what Sublibido, how did he get to Sublibido?
You don't, if you get to know Lee Smith.
Even Jack McKeon, who would butcher names all the time, Encarnacion or Encarcerone.
I have no idea. And I would ask, he goes, and I was the rookie. And when I'm the rookie and he's the veteran, call me whatever you want. I'm okay. What do you need, Mr. Smith?
Swing and a miss. Bearclaw gets a strikeout of Suarez. Schebler and Cabrera will follow for the Reds. MLB.TV Premium, every out-of-market regular season game, 400 supported devices. Actually, it's well over 400. I mean, this is kind of an old advertisement. By now, they've invented another 25 other devices you can use. So go to MLB.TV for details. Bearclaw, slider, and a strike. Marlins have used 2 of their bench players tonight, Derek Dietrich and Robert Andino. And they've used 3 arms out of the bullpen. Ellington, 2 innings of just gas. I mean, 99, 100 with ease. McGowan, who broke the curse of Brandon Phillips. And now Bearclaw, who's got the highest strikeout per 9-inning rate of any reliever in the National League. All of that trying to keep it within reach. And so far they've done that. And Bearclaw with another breaking ball. Mathis digs it out and throws him out. So here comes Cabrera. And there hangs the moon over Kentucky.
For all those sports fans and that baseball fans, Alex Cabrera, great slugger, played for the Arizona Diamondbacks early. He would hit bombs left and right, then went to Japan, made a living out there in Japan, hitting home runs. He's the father of Ramon Cabrera. And if you're interested in seeing it, you can watch it on YouTube. Cabrera, his father, vowed while playing in winter ball in Venezuela, if his son was catching and he would hit a home run, he would retire on the spot, would take his jersey off and give it to his son. Well, that happened, and when he crossed the plate, took his jersey off and gave it to his son, and he walked off.
So he was playing on a team opposite of his son.
Opposite of his son in Venezuela.
Winter ball.
Yes, in winter ball. You can check it out on YouTube. A really cool moment.
He's had a nice night tonight. Ichiro slides and got it. It popped up for a brief moment, but Ichiro holds it. And the Marlins now go to the ninth, down a run in Cincinnati. Sports Florida is brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. By the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. And by your South Florida Honda dealers. Full moon in Cincinnati, over the Ohio. Marlins are headed upstream, I believe, to Pittsburgh tomorrow night. But right now, the Fish in the ninth are down a run. Raisel Iglesias, he of the electric right arm, going to try to close this ball game. He has one opportunity and one save.
One opportunity, one save, and he's been asking for the ball in the ninth inning. This is what he wants to do.
And the Marlins here are going to unload JT Realmuto right out of the chute. So Realmuto takes a breaking ball for a strike. Adeiny Echeverria will follow. And then you've got the pitcher's spot, and the last man on the bench is Miguel Rojas.
Well, one thing that Iglesias did, threw 2 innings 2 days ago. Every time he dropped down, it was a slider. He dropped down 5 times in those 2 innings. Something that the Marlins should keep note of. There's another slider, dropped down twice already, 2 sliders.
1 and 2. It was Tony Cingrani for the last 2 save opportunities. Breaking ball, more of a 3/4 slot, and it's 2 and 2. Marlins have been going with a 4-man bench and a heavy 8-man bullpen. Andino and Dietrich have been used already. 2-2. And he got him. And he dropped down, and it was a slider.
Well, he saw his Cuban partner, Aroldis Chapman, be able to be successful closing games here in Cincinnati. You see him dropping down right there, throwing the slider. This one stayed hanging. Not a lot of depth to it. He was able to get the swing and miss. He faced Etche the other day, struck him out. Etche trying to return the favor now.
Echeverria 1 for 2 with a walk. And he shoots it foul and out of play. And there's Rojas, the last man on the bench.
Ooh, first time goes with the fastball. Down under. Mixing it up. He can do that. This is a different look. That ball sinking in on the right-hander's hands at 94.
That's a game changer. If he's able
That's a game changer,
if he's
doubt.
able to throw that at that velocity, I mean, think about when Steve Cishek was right in getting saves. He would drop down more of a submarine, but still at 92 or 93, that made him very effective. And that was 94. Here's 1-2. In the air to right. 2 outs. And the last chance for Miami is Miguel Rojas. Well, the Marlins came to Cincinnati looking for wins. Rojas shoots one to second. Phillips to Votto. And it's the Reds who win tonight and take a 4-game series, winning 3 of 4. And the Marlins slide closer back to 500. Will leave Cincinnati at 62-59 and head to Pittsburgh tonight. A 5-0 hole. And for the Fish, too deep to climb out of. That man, only his second career homer, and it was a big one. A 3-run shot off a breaking ball from Jose Fernandez in the second. And the Reds hung on from there. Marlins Live postgame is coming up from Cincinnati, where the Reds win it 5-4.